I have two quick stories I want to share with you today on the topic of you are your brand, which I speak about a lot. A few days ago, I was at our local IGA and I was just buying a few little groceries, and the young man behind the counter said to me, "Do you make everything yourself at home?" And I thought for a minute, I'm used to being asked that about my clothing and my jewellery, but I'm not usually asked about my groceries. And I said, "Well, yes, I do. Why?" And he said, "Well, it's just that I've noticed that you only ever buy ingredients, you never buy processed foods." I thought that was very observant of him for starters. But then I also thought that actually is a representation of my brand values, and it comes across in what I'm doing. And the second story is a few months back, and I'd had a cascade of challenges that I was being presented with. And this day was like the straw that broke the camel's back. So I got to the end of the day and I was journaling on how, in the end, it's up to me how I respond to these challenges, and I can choose to sit and dwell in the challenges, or I can look for ways to move forward from them. And I got to Aldi, and the Aldi store that we have here in Yass faced west. And so in the late afternoon, the sun streams in, and I was standing in the queue just smiling, and I was just staring at this sunset. And I got to the counter, and the man at the counter said to me, "So how's your day been?" And I was like, "You know what, it's best not to talk about my day." And he said, "You know, you would never know you've had a bad day because whenever you come in here, you're smiling." And I thought, well, most of the time, I wouldn't probably say every time, but I do actually choose to see the magic in the mundane, and I do approach my days looking for magic in my experiences. So even with a very challenging day, that didn't mean I needed to sit and dwell in the challenge. It's not to overlook it. It's just not to sit and fester and let it fester. So I just wanted to share that with you, that people are watching. They do notice. Even your supermarket store attendants, they can see that your values are coming through in whatever you choose to do and how you approach life.